What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and welcome to DJ Sports Show, the place where we discuss sports, share bold opinions, and untold stories that make a difference. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and share anybody you know who loves sports. And listen on any audio platform, leave a 5-star rating, share anybody you know. On today's episode, we're discussing some of the NBA second half's top storylines to follow with my guy Phil Wilson, the Wilson Way Sports Network, who covers the NBA and WNBA, and my guy Matt Kane of the Locker Room Logic podcast. We have a great episode for you guys today. We had some great laughs on this show, and it was a great time. But without further ado, let's get into the episode. What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports. From interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it! We're here to talk some NBA second half storylines to watch for the rest of the regular season. I'm joined by my guy, Philip Wilson, the Wilson Way Sports Network. NBA covers NBA and WNBA. And the debut man, Matt Kane. How you doing, man?
How we doing, fellas?
We doing good, man. Doing
We good.
You cut off a little bit over there.
Yeah, my computer slowed down. I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, hope that college Wi-Fi, that college Wi-Fi be messing around.
Yeah, bro, shit crazy.
I know those days, man.
Yeah.
In the dorm. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk some NBA second half storylines to follow. The playoffs are quickly approaching. This is when that time of year when the weather's starting to get warm outside. I don't know if y'all were outside this weekend, but I walked to the gym. I got to get my exercise in. And I'm like, man, 50 degrees out. I'm like, oh, spring's around the corner.
I need that, bro. Springtime.
Yeah. I'm like, yo.
This week.
Yeah, I was seeing the snow melting. I'm like, man, I gotta hurry up and get a car because once it gets nice out, I'm gonna be like, man, I don't want to be stranded.
You can be in the streets, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah. I miss that freedom, man. And I was like seeing the snow melting. I'm like, oh yeah, it's getting real out here.
About that time.
So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna talk our second half storyline. The first thing I want to mention to you guys is I had a question because I know they lost today to the New York Knicks, but the Spurs, they were one of the hottest teams in the league lately. They recently won an 11-game win streak before it was snapped today against the New York Knicks. And they're on pace to win like 50, 55 games, kind of similar to that Duncan, Ginobili, and Tony Parker era. And the last time they won 50 games was back in 2016-17 when Kawhi Leonard was playing at MVP level for them that year. And they have the second best record, 19-8 now, since New Year's, only behind like the Pistons last time I checked, who have the best record in NBA. And they're currently playing as we speak, the Orlando Magic. But do you guys consider the Spurs legitimate title contenders? I want to know your guys' take.
Oh, absolutely, bro. You have to. I mean, for me, my first way of how I look at it, I follow the old school Phil Jackson model, the 40-20 rule. And really, there's only, 3 of those, right? And with them, they're a team led by Wembanyama. But they're a team, what I love about the Spurs is as great as Wembanyama is, they don't necessarily rely on him. Like, you got a lot of talent on that team where Wembanyama gets a focus, but you got guys like Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. They have a loaded team where, like, man, they're a team where even though they're you can say they're inexperienced, they got the Thunder's number. I believe they beat them 4 out of 5 times this year, and they're a team where also the Thunder, as great as they are, with their one of the best records in the league, they're injury prone right now. So if you're thinking, okay, if you're the Spurs, we're just a couple games behind them. You know what I'm saying? We're just hitting our stride ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Getting hot. Second half of the season right here. If they get that first seed in the West, which I think a young team like that very much would need that. Coming into the playoffs, you want to have home court advantage. I don't see how they couldn't make a Western Conference Finals run easily. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. And I was gonna say too, those games when they beat them, I think they're the only team this year to beat the Thunder more than one time than any other team in the league. Especially when they're at full health and full strength. When they have SGA.
A couple times too, yeah.
Exactly. And then one thing I love too about the Spurs that stood out to me, they've been one of the best defensive teams in the league this year. I think they're third in defensive rating in the league. And one thing they've been great at too, they don't, as great as Wemby is, they're a great, well-rounded team. Remember, he missed 14 games through that calf strain, and their record in that time, they went 10-4.
Yep.
They were incredible during that time. And the fact that they were to hold their own with their franchise guy out shows the depth of this team. Like, I love Keldon Johnson, his toughness. I remember watching that OKC game on Christmas Day, how rugged he was in the paint, getting rebounds like he was a big man, hitting corner shots. He's a key guy off the bench. Remember, this guy used to be a starter. This guy used to be able to give you 20 a game. The fact that he's able to put his ego to the side for the betterment of the team is a big deal. Devin Vassell off the bench, he's been hitting shots, getting wide open looks. Harrison Barnes, a great savvy veteran who has championship experience, has been in deep playoff runs and battles, knows what it's like. You have him on the team. Then you have a great veteran point guard in De'Aaron Fox who knows how to run the offense, speed the game up, and also slow down the tempo. Man, having a guy like Fox, who also is an all-star, kind of takes and alleviates a lot of pressure off Wemby to have to do everything, which you kind of saw over the last 2 years. And I know they acquired Fox last year, but they didn't really get enough chemistry and continuity on the court because they didn't get a lot of minutes last year due to injuries to Fox and then also Wemby going out with the blood clot. That kind of savaged their season. But now that they extended Fox during the offseason, they kind of have their core for the future with these guys and Fox, Wemby, Stephon Castle. He's a jumper away to me from being a legitimate star shooting guard. Like, he gets after it defensively. I think he's going to be an all defensive player this year. He covers guys full court, gets after them. He guards the best perimeter players on the opposing team. I seen him guard Jaylen Brown, SGA, Luka Doncic, etc., and he gets after them. Like, he's physical. The other day they were playing Detroit Pistons. Him and K were kind of getting into it, getting physical. Man, K was kind of complaining to the rest about fouls. No, that was just great defense by Stephon Castle. And that was what really amazed me. They went to the Detroit team that has the best record in NBA, and they put it on Detroit. And K, that was the worst shooting game I've ever seen in K's career, 5 of 26. I was like, yo, this, and Wemby had an offensive game. Wemby's kind of hot and cold offensively. He needs to continue to get more consistent offensively, but defensively, he's special. He's something we've never seen before. When he's going offensively, though, that's when they're kind of unbeatable and they're hitting shots from the outside. This is kind of similar to that Thunder team from last year. Everybody was saying they were too young. They have MVP level type talent and franchise cornerstone and SGA, just like Wemby. And then they have that second guy in Fox, who's kind of like Jalen Williams, or you could say that's Stephon Castle, whoever you think it is. And then you have that guy in Chet Holmgren, who's a big man, defensive whiz or whatever. And then you have, for the third guy for the Spurs, I would say it's probably either Fox or Castle. Everything is number 1 or 2 or whatever. So, but yeah, this Spurs team, man, the depth they have, the way they play together, they're unselfish. Everybody plays for each other. I think this team has a chance to, if they stay healthy and hit outside shot, they could make the West Conference Finals. I think they could go that far.
Nah, for sure. To touch on, like, you guys both hit it both on the head, but going back to Castle, him and Fox play perfect together. Like, even when Fox is on the bench, Castle runs the offense. Like, he was doing that a little bit today, and most of the time in these games. So De'Aaron Fox is like the perfect guard match with Castle, and they run that offense to a T, even when Wemby's not even having an off night. So they're definitely scary, especially coming out of the West.
And that's what kind of makes me a believer in the Spurs, because when your franchise guy is not going, you could be a great one guy. You could be great as an individual, but if he's off or he gets injured, he's out. You need the other guys to be able to step up. They got to be able to knock down shots. They got to be able to get stops. And that's what proved to them during that time when Wemby was injured. I think a lot of guys kind of got more confident. They were able to improve their games and within the cohesiveness of the offense and the system under Mitch Johnson. And then ever since Wemby came back, they just been firing on. I know they had a little, struggle during the early part of the year. I mean, this year in January and then late December. But over this last, month or so, they've been balling, man. And I also wanted to mention, what's it called? Like, when you're a young team, but when you have the maturity of your leader and a guy like Wembanyama, who is a leader in every step of the way, who even when he's not scoring, he's doing other things to help your team win. That kind of trickles down to the rest of the team. And I think that's going to be a recipe for success in postseason time. When the game slows down, things get tough. You're not going to be able to get easy transition baskets like that. They played a kind of playoff battle-tested game in the games against OKC against the Christmas game and also against Detroit just last week. That was playoff physicality right there. And the fact that they were able to come up in those wins against those teams makes me a believer in them.
And to your point with Wemby, bro, I think one thing we also got to think about is, we haven't seen him in the playoffs yet. And we have all this talk about, being the face of the league, like, say, between him and Anthony Edwards. This is a time where you show you the face of the league, not in the regular season, but you do some of these crazy things that you're capable of doing in the playoffs, getting in the conference finals and putting up some crazy numbers, some 5 block games, all that stuff, step back threes, doing only what only he can do. I mean, doing that in the playoffs, bro, and winning, going on a deep playoff run, potentially even finals run, that this could solidify his name as a face of the league candidate. For sure.
Definitely. Could definitely enhance his stature and reputation as the guy of the next generation if he goes out and balls out in the postseason. And I think he will. He was already playing pro before he got to the league. He was playing in big playoff games and stuff like that. He's been battle tested, and he has the mindset to want to be great. That's why I've always been so high on him, even before he got into the league. I was like, oh, this guy is special. But what's his mentality like? When I saw he was a killer, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be great in the NBA. He was gonna be great. So yeah. You wanted to say something, Matt? I think you wanted to say something before I.
No.
Okay. Yeah. My next thing, or if you guys wanted to mention something too, you guys wanted to mention second half storyline.
I'm actually going to take the point with the Knicks because one of my main points this year for second half of the season is the Knicks. I just don't think they have it. I think for second half of the season compared to how I felt about them in the beginning of the season, I was so high on them, bro. Like for me, I'm sure like most people were. For me, it was with the Celtics being kind of down with Jason Tatum at the time, top of the year. I'm thinking, okay, the Knicks, this is your time. Let's see what y'all can do. I didn't necessarily like the Thibodeau firing, and then you hire Mike Brown, who I like as a coach, but he hasn't necessarily had he hasn't put teams over the top. And again, I feel like that's showing again now. We're like, yeah, they're a very good team, but like they're not a team that we feel is going to get over. At least I feel like is going to get over the hump because of the fact that like they just can't. One, you can't beat the Pistons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Pistons have just been ramrodding them the whole season.
They've had their number.
0-3. Yeah, and then that's the thing. And one of my main problems, not just facing the Pistons, is just internally, like, you're not getting enough out of your second best player. Like, he's had the least amount of points, Karl Anthony Towns, that is, since his rookie season. I think 19 points or 19.9 points a game, which I think his rookie season had like 18 points a game. So, like, you're not getting enough production. And Shaq called it out.
And his shooting hasn't been great either for someone who's one of the greatest shooting big men of all time. His shooting numbers have been down.
That's uncoaching to me, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, that isn't working. They're not as good defensively. They're not as rugged defensively as they were last year with Thibodeau. And like, yeah, you got guys, playing in my minutes and all that, but like they played hard. And with this year, I don't know if they have the level of toughness, that they're not talented enough. You start to wonder, like, man, should they have considered, I know it didn't work out. The Bucks probably weren't going to move him at all, but like, man, like if you look back on the season, the Knicks don't make it to the finals. Like, man, like should we have got Giannis? Like, man, like what moves can we make to get over the hump? Or if you don't get it done this year, do you risk missing your window? So that's something I'm concerned about as someone who believed in this Knicks team started the year, and I'm not sure if I believe in them now.
Definitely. Now, one thing about the Knicks in the games I've watched them. Oh, what were you gonna say, Matt?
No, I agree. Like they've been disappointing, especially from as a fan. Like they're just disappointing.
Yeah, you're a diehard Knicks fan, right?
Oh, for real? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't want to assume who's a Knicks fan.
Yeah. Tell us how you feel, man. You can let it out.
I want to hear from you, dog.
Listen, I've been saying it since the start of the season. I never liked the Mike Brown hiring. I feel like I didn't like this hiring because if we look at all the other jobs he had, nothing ever came out of that. You know what I'm saying? All his like championships came from him being an assistant, which is completely fine. Like he has the credentials, but the team wasn't constructed for him, and we're seeing it now with Towns. Simple as that.
Yeah, and Towns has mentioned numerous times he feels like he's not being used correctly in the system.
Yeah, like, man,
they're not implementing him correctly with his talents and stuff like that. Sometimes he feel like the game plan is catered towards Jaylen Brown running pick and roll and then running through things through him. He's not really getting the offensive touches he was last year in the system with Tom Thibodeau. And I mean, you can kind of see that a little bit, but sometimes when you're like one of the guys on the team, sometimes you got to tell the coach, yo, I want the ball, give him the ball here. You got to assert your will. You're not just some regular big in the league, man. Like you're one of the best bigs in the league. You're a star player in this league. Sometimes you just got to tell the coach, like, yo, this ain't working for me. We got to be able to, yes, you want to be able to help the team, but at the same time, this is where I feel like I'm most comfortable on the offense. And the coach is going to try to adjust for you if you say something. I don't know. I'm sure they've had those talks probably behind closed doors, but I just feel like with the Knicks, Towns be sometimes with the fouls sometimes too. I'm being like, yo,
That's ridiculous.
He's been doing some of the games I've watched the Knicks here and there this season. This guy be doing some of those dumb, silly fouls. I'm like, oh, he's getting back to this. We're running back to this now. He wasn't really doing that last year. Last year he was rebounding the ball.
He was doing that stuff, bro. It was just tic-tacky fouls.
Yeah, I think, and there was this one game. I think it was against the Mavericks. I think when Cooper Flag was in the Garden, he was driving to the rim, and he went up and he like flailed his leg out and kicked Dwight Powell's head, and Dwight Powell was like irate. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, bro, you can't control your body. Like, come on, man. You're an NBA. We know you're definitely coordinated. You don't have to be flailing your body like that, man. Like that's the type of stuff. It's like sometimes it's like mentally, does he have the toughness to be, because New York's a tough crowd. Does he have the toughness to be able to lead you guys to a
and the thing is, he knows that. He's from the area, so it's not like he don't know that. That's
he's from like New Jersey. He's like he's not far from there. Yeah, he's from New Jersey, man. I think he's from Newark, New Jersey, too.
Yeah. He knows the expectations that come with it, especially being in
he's from Pistons, New Jersey, which is still like right there. Tough, man. Like he knows what it's like to today. They beat the Spurs. They blew them out. He only had 12 points today. But when it comes playoff time, you can't be having not even 20 points. You got to be giving me near 25, double-digit boards, and good defense. That's what I need from you, Cat. Spread the floor, too. Do what you do. Pick and pop. Do it. Drive to the rim. Pump fake. Go hard. Draw the foul. Whatever. Finish strong. That's what you want to see from Cat. Because when he does that, they're hard to beat. And I want to give a shout out to... What you had to say?
So the Knicks, right, they've won, I think, all the 4 out of 5 against the Spurs, which gives me hope because they kind of have the Spurs number in terms of if they do make it to the finals and it's the Spurs on the other end, they know how to beat the Spurs. So that is a good sign, but you never know. Playoffs are different.
Yeah. I remember
that. You guys came in the Pistons, though. That's what I'm worried
about. Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing.
Remember, in the playoffs, a team is playing you for the best of 7, and they're just focusing on you now. Your weaknesses, your strengths, how to negate your weakness, how to exploit your weaknesses, and neutralize your strengths.
Yep.
They have all the game plan and the strategy, the film, everything to stop you because they're not worrying about all the other teams anymore, like the regular season. Now they can strictly focus on you. That's why the playoffs are a whole different ball game.
Exactly.
It really exposes things.
I want to see what they do personally.
Yeah.
I want to see what they do.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. That's one right now in the Western Conference for number 1 seed. Another thing that's also on my storylines is OKC and the Spurs, because OKC is only 2.5 games ahead of the Spurs now that the Spurs lost today's game. Yeah, so it's gonna be a tight because right now, SGA is probably on a minutes restriction. He just came back from his abdominal strain, so they kind of he was still balling out on the Nuggets the other night. I was watching. I'm like, it's like this guy didn't miss a beat, man. Yeah, efficient too. It's like, yo, this guy, he's just that good.
Like
he's
never left.
Yeah. And I know he's right now. They're playing the Mavericks as we speak, but the fact that he's so efficient, even on minutes restriction, is crazy. And I know they don't have J-Dub right now. J-Dub's been dealing with a lot of injuries this year. He's been hamstring, his wrist.
That's the concern.
I just hope he gets healthy.
If you don't get right, the soft tissue injuries, those are hard to come back from.
Yeah, that's what has me worried a little bit about the Thunder. Even though they have the depth, but I feel like as you get deeper in the playoffs, you play better teams. It's gonna get harder. SGA can't do all the scoring. Chet's great, but he's not like a number 2 scorer. He's like a number 3. They need that number 2. Even though the role players, Darren McCain, he's been a great addition since the trade deadline.
Sixers were dumb as hell for trading him.
Yeah, I didn't believe in that pickup. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't.
Bro, you didn't?
I saw that. I was just
loved it. I loved it. Man. I was like,
this guy can
get to the rim. He can shoot the 3.
Yeah.
That shows you how deep that team is, though. For Shea to come back and just act like he never left, that goes to show you they put a lot of guys around him that could just plug and play. That's pretty much it.
You have Aaron Wiggins also who could hit shots. He's a lengthy defender. Isaiah Hartenstein in that paint to clog it up along with Chet. Alex Caruso, man, I love that guy. The physicality he plays on the defensive end, the way he gets after it defensively, he gets back in transition, guard the opposing play. Remember, he did a great job on Jokic last year in the playoff.
Yeah,
They don't win that series without Caruso.
Yoke, man, come on.
Yeah, their size. Jokic probably has him by like 8-9 inches of height, and this guy Caruso is using his upper body strength to battle Jokic, play possession by possession. It's crazy what he was doing, especially when like Hartenstein was on the bench. Yeah, like this guy Caruso can guard anybody. He's one of the best defenders of this generation, and I just want to give his props to. And when you need him to, he hits clutch threes. You need those type of role players in the postseason because those guys, role players, help you win championships.
Perfect three.
Yes, role players get you there, but the role guys, what they do, help you win.
Hey, we saw what he did in the bubble with the Lakers. We saw what he did in the bubble.
Exactly.
Corner. He was in that corner, knocking them down.
Just like Robert Horry too, when he did it with that shot back in the 2002 West Conference Finals, with the ball bounced out off the rim and hit all the way out to the court, middle, and then boom.
And he got 7 of them things.
Yeah. Right about against the Pistons in that 05 Finals, he hits that big shot 3-pointer.
Big
and
shot,
the Spurs
Bob.
ended up winning the championship. Like Big Shot Rob, man. Like role players help you win championships. That's why you need them. And they usually play better at home, but there are some, that doesn't matter. There are some elite role players. They play great on the road or at home. But usually, for the most part, they usually play better at home. But yeah, man. OKC, they're still my favorite to win the title, I think. But there are teams like the Spurs, I think, are starting to creep in now. Denver, I got to see because they haven't really been healthy. Aaron Gordon's been out. They've been struggling lately to get wins. They're like 6-8, 6-9 of their last 15. I was hearing on the broadcast today. They've only beat one team with a over 500 record recently, and that's the Celtics. Every other team that has a winning record, they've been struggling to beat. So I don't want to judge them yet too much on Denver, especially when they're not fully at full strength because they're missing Peyton Watson right now and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's a big part of their offense and their whole scheme offensively and defensively because he does so many things for them. So I kind of want to preserve my judgment on them. But yeah, the Western Conference, man, I think those three teams, one of those three teams is coming out the West.
For real? You calling it now? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be OKC, Denver, or the Spurs, man. But my money's the Thunder still. I still give them their slight edge over the Spurs because I think the Spurs, they need to go through that playoff battle test. And then we'll see that this year, lose, feel the pain, get better, come back next year, be a true title contender. You know they are now.
I was just about to say that, bro.
What about Minnesota?
Against Denver in Denver, they look very. If they can play like that's a conference finals
Minnesota,
if they play that level.
I just want to see like outside of like Anthony Edwards has an off night. I mean, you have Nas Reed though, who can get buckets. Julius Randle. That's why I kind of trust him a little bit more. And then the team out east, we're gonna talk about the Detroit Pistons, because if Cade is off, we're running into that. But yeah, they have those secondary and that third scorer that you can get buckets from on a night in, night out basis. They can consistently give you over 20. And to me, it's crazy. Nas Reed was really undrafted.
I know when the announcement, he was undrafted. He's been nice.
I knew he was undrafted, which was always crazy to me.
I watched him when he was in high school.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Bro, me too. Yeah. I watched when he was in high school. I was like, this guy's gonna be a pro. He was one of the top ranked players in his class. He was elite in high school. He was from Jersey. He went to Roseville Catholic. Bro, he was elite. He was 6'9", 6'10", moving like a guard, like bro. And then he went to LSU.
He's still doing that too. He's still doing it. When they put the ball in his hands,
bro.
When Minnesota puts the ball in his hands, good things happen. Bro.
You got to use it more. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, man. Minnesota, I don't know. I just feel like that, like outside of Anthony Edwards on the perimeter, who's that guard that can get them a bucket? You know what I'm saying? Like when he's having an off night and the defense is strategizing to double team him, get the ball out of his hands. Who's that guy down the stretch when a crunch time situation, playoff moments, you're down by 5, 2 minutes to go? Who's that guy to get you that shot? Because Julius Randle, they know what he's going to do. He's going left. We know he's going left. Let's keep it real. I love Randle, but there's a reason why the Knicks traded him. He's going left. And then what's it called? Nas Reed is great too, but he can't be a number 2 on a championship team. As much as I love him, he's like a number 3, number 4 guy. They need another star perimeter guy, I feel like, or wing. And again, with Anthony Edwards to get to that next level to me. Maybe they need to get a point guard, because I feel like a point guard who could really facilitate could do wonders for them. I don't know how they're going to get that. Maybe in free agency. I don't know if they're going to get that in the draft, but they can get that, I think I'll be more a believer in them because, but this is a team. They made the Western Conference Finals the last 2 years. So, hey, I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I only said Minnesota because they had Denver's number in the playoffs. So,
yeah,
that's
true.
Denver hasn't been at full health even in the playoffs the last 2 years since they won, actually. So you never know. This year they could get knocked out second round. I'm just saying, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But
that's true. No, I'll be interested to see how that unfolds, everything. Because right now my two favorite though, I got the Thunder and the Spurs coming out the West. One of those two teams, man.
I'm mad at it.
I know Phil doesn't even want to mention his Lakers. Yeah, Phil's like, I'm not even gonna mention my Lakers.
Lakers, bro.
Yeah. 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 Because honestly, Lakers, man, I feel like they're a pretender because
been pretending.
For sure.
They don't have that presence in the middle. Ayton is, man. Ayton, he has all the physical gifts.
You heard what Charles Barkley said.
Will, and he's inconsistent. What did you say?
I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm not gonna repeat what he said.
He tries to
say he don't believe in DeAndre. Let's just say that. He don't believe.
Yeah. He said, no, Clint Capella, why are you limiting me to this?
Right.
That was disrespectful because Clint Capella took a shot at him. He's like, but yeah, you have like 2.3 rebounds in like 24 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I wish he was playing like prime Clint Capella.
Like, bro, you can't be talking crazy like that and then not even putting up a double-double, man. Come on.
Facts. Come on now.
Especially as a former #1 pick. Come on, bro. Like, you got Luka, LeBron, two of the greatest playmakers, cerebral minds we've ever seen in basketball. And you out here almost laying eggs? Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's ridiculous, bro.
And then his IQ
to also be a lob threat, too.
We all know he's not really a lob threat. Luka, he thrives on bigs who can catch lobs. That's why him and Jackson Hayes be having those crazy plays. Because Luka is a lob threat. That's why I felt like when Ayton got there, I'm like, I don't think that's a good fit because he's not a lob catcher. You know what I'm saying? He's mobile, but he's not a lob catcher. He's going to throw it down on people. Like when he was back with Phoenix. Yeah, when he was back with Phoenix, that's when I really watched him because they were winning. And then Portland, I wasn't really watching because they were losing during that time.
He barely played
dunking on people. He was laying it up. Yeah, he wasn't dunking on people. He was laying it up. And it's funny how he tries to call himself dominating when you don't be dominated.
Like, come on now, bro. Like, that's
bro. He be calling me.
I'm just like, yo. I'm like, when he was at Arizona, I thought he was gonna be like David Robinson. I thought he was gonna be one of the next best bigs of this next generation. Bro. He was a sight. You see his build. He had a midi. I was like, this guy can be really good at the next level.
I was always
kind of worried about his mentality. I was like, when he said my goal is to get to a second contract, that's when I said, yeah, I'm off him.
That's why I didn't see him as a #1 overall pick. I was so to the day shocked that like, bro, this dude went #1 compared to
when I heard his
draft.
I actually forgot he went #1 until I just saw it like recently. I was like, wait a minute, that is true. He did
high school during that year.
Suns could have had Luka and
that 2018 draft was loaded.
Oh, for sure.
I remember.
It was.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Michael Porter Jr. A lot of these SGA. A lot of these guys have become stars in the league. Jaren Jackson won Defensive Player of the Year. He's been an All-Star. There's some great role players in that. Well, and SGA is an MVP level player. Luka's those guys are future Hall of Famers, all-time greats. Trae Young, if he continues to come back healthy and leads the Wizards to be winning a team again, he'll be in that conversation as well.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, bro. Ayton, when he was in Arizona, I thought that people were comparing him to David Robinson, bro. He had the body, 7'2", 250.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't believe it, but yeah, he was.
Had a midi.
I didn't see it.
7'4", 7'5" wingspan. He has all the physical tools. He just doesn't have the mentality. That's what hurts him. If he had the mentality, bro, he'd be what Embiid is when healthy. If he had the mentality.
And it's not just his fault. Like the team lacks a lot of pieces. I mean, defense is. I mean, because the thing is, our three best players. If we're gonna talk about the Lakers real quick, Luka, AR, Austin Reeves, and LeBron. Who of your three best players? Nobody's playing defense.
Yeah, LeBron's way past.
And to that point, you don't have any defensive wing players. You don't have an Alex Caruso. You know what I'm saying? An Isaiah Joe.
Never got rid of him. They should have kept.
Who will get you stops defensively? You know what I'm saying? And hit you threes. We don't have those pieces.
Darren Vanderbilt.
Jared Vanderbilt don't get enough minutes.
Yeah, he don't, and he's always hurt, like with something, like with some injury.
And he can't really shoot. That's the problem.
My thing is with the Lakers, though. Personally, we have to when is it when we put the accountability on Luka? Because I understand traded AD for Luka, but at the end of the day, this man is getting paid all this money. He should know how to slide his feet.
That's all I'm asking.
These
at
dudes
least try, man. Bro,
we have to start putting some accountability on Luka because he's a cone. He's just a cone.
Straight up.
Can I mention this to you too?
It's not just a size issue. He's 6'8", bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It ain't like your size golf getting
he's not like a miniature guard like Isaiah Thomas from the Celtics 5'9".
Bro, that dude big, bro.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say too, Luka's been killing it on the Lakers this year, leading the league in scoring, but his reputation is kind of taking a little bit of a hit because people are trying. Now that he's in the Dallas was a big market, but now LA is an even bigger market. People are seeing
exactly.
It's not. Yeah, you seen the flaws with the defense and everything. We already knew this stuff. I think ever since the 2024 finals, his reputation is kind of taking a hit. For real. Ever since the way they lost and how his defense was really exposed because he wasn't maybe he was playing injured during that time and he was a little out of shape. Because offensively, he's one of the greatest players you ever see. This guy is incredible. He's a video game out there offensively. I've never seen anything like it, bro. He's ridiculous. But also, we can't just mention defense. Luka, stop penciling, whining to the refs, bro. That's another thing. Bro, I've never seen such a great player penchantly, consistently whine after every call. Every missed call. Even when it's not even that bad of a foul. Bro, get back on defense. Even Reggie Miller was calling out in the broadcast when I was listening last week.
Get back.
Get back on defense. And the team, I forgot who they were playing, got an easy transition basket because he was busy whining to the refs on the ground while he was on the ground instead of getting up and trying to get back on defense. I'm like, bro, when you're supposed to be the leader of a franchise, you got to set the example, man. Even if you're not a great defender, at least show effort. Get back on defense. Stop whining after every call that's missed. This is not going to help you, man. This has been it's been as bad as it's ever been, I think, since his time in Dallas before Jason Kidd got there. And Jason Kidd kind of helped dial him down. And that's why he was able to make a deep run to the finals because he was able to dial it down. But then, before Jason Kidd got there, I think that year they missed the playoffs in 2023. It was bad. I think it's up to that level again now. Luka has to learn how to mature. He's 27 now. He's still in the prime. He's basically just entering his prime now. 26 to 27 is when you're just entering your prime. The fact that he's still so young is crazy to me. But yeah, this is the next level for him. He needs to mature, not always whine after every call to get him to the next level. Because that's what's kind of holding him back to reaching to even the next level for him and also hurting his team. Because defensively, when you always whine to the refs, they're playing 5-on-4 on the other side. Come on, man.
Every possession is a fast break.
Yeah.
And it'll get to a point now with all these great players who are up for championships right now. We got obviously Shea, we got Wemby, we got say Kate Cunningham in the East. It's gonna get to a point where I'm not on a Nico Harrison tip, but it's gonna get to a point where you might wonder. I know I was a Laker fan. Can you win a championship with a dude as great as a scorer as he is? He's phenomenal, playmaker, all that. With you being such a singular detriment defensively. Can you win with that? Because the dudes who we expect to win and have won, like say Shea, don't have that problem. So it's they have to build that around him. It's a big ask, is what I'm saying.
Jokic used to do it too at one point, but then he said, "I'm not gonna waste my energy all the time." He said it wasn't doing him no good, and he kind of stopped. But Jokic at that point already had won a championship.
Right.
He's been in multiple time MVP, so he kind of deserves those calls. Luka is a great player too. Don't get me wrong; he deserves the calls too. But some of the calls, sometimes I'm like, bro, Luka, that wasn't that bad, bro. Let's get back on defense. If they miss it, let's get back, man. Next play, let's go. Next play, let's go. Come on.
It's outrageous, bro. It's outrageous.
Yeah, next possession. That's like they teach you when you're young. You miss a shot, don't hang your head down too much. Next play, you get it next time. The game keeps going, bro. It's like life. Nothing, it doesn't stop for you, man. I know it's unfortunate. It sucks, but you just got to go get to the next one. Get to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You still have a chance to win the games. Yeah, Lakers are pretenders to me, and also the Rockets are pretenders to me. I never was really a big fan of the Rockets. They're too flawed. They're too flawed offensively. Ahmed Thompson can't shoot if the ocean was wide open in his backyard.
He's so talented too, though. That's the thing.
He's so talented athletically and defensively, rebounding wise, but offensively, you can go under the screen, let him shoot all day. He's gonna build a brick house. It's too much of a glaring flaw in his game that's holding that team back. And then also, Sengun is great, but defensively, you can easily exploit him. Those are the two teams to me that are like in the playoffs, like the top 6 seeds right now. That are like pretenders in the West, as we speak currently.
I'm mad at that.
Because right now the Thunder are first, Spurs second, Rockets are third, Wolves are fourth, Nuggets are fifth, and Lakers are sixth. So the teams that are locked into the playoff spots right now, I think those are the two teams out west in the top 6 that are not true contenders. Because there's just too much flaws, especially defensively.
I don't see where the Rockets are going. The Rockets, I was watching the game, I think it was last night where they was playing Miami, which was a good win by Miami. But I was looking at the roster they constructed, and I know like Fred VanVleet is hurt all season, but you can't win a championship, let alone a playoff series, with a 6'7" wing trying to like run your offense. Thompson. You can't do that. Yeah, bro. Like that's partly why I think they lost the game yesterday, because there's no real offense. It's just get the ball to KD and get out the way type of thing.
Same problem with the Suns. Back in the Suns, it's kind of your turn, my turn type stuff. You're not really playing an offensive game for real.
Yeah, and because they traded Chris Paul with the Suns, which I don't know why, because they were 8-0 with Paul, Booker, and KD. So I don't know why they traded Chris Paul. So yeah,
Chris Paul wasn't there when KD was there. He was the Warriors.
Yeah, he got traded.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he got traded that season. He never got to play with KD in Phoenix. That would have been something. That would have been great. Honestly, that would have been great. But yeah, the Rockets. Yeah, Rockets is kind of opposite of the Lakers. Defensively they're solid. Offensively they're flawed. Lakers offensively they're great. But defensively they're so they're so flawed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The Rockets, man. Sengun is not a great 3-point shooter. He's capable of hitting it, but he's not great at it. And then defensively, you can easily catch him off like in the switches. Go put a quick guard against him, catch him in a switch, easily exploit him on the perimeter, bro. Like you get Anthony Edwards on a switch on him, good luck, Sengun. And you're gonna have those in the playoffs. I mean, because right now they're what? Or De'Aaron Fox or SGA. You gotta be able to slide them puppies, man. I know he's a strong dude, but he's not great laterally and moving his feet laterally. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, the Rockets, to me, they're just too flawed offensively. Jabari Smith's been playing better as of late, but he's still not really great off the dribble. He's more of a corner guy and also a spot-up guy. He's been playing good, though, and he's a solid defender as well. 6'10", can guard multiple positions. But, yeah, to me, Amen Thompson, he got to get that jumper, bro. You can only go so far when your point guard can't shoot. Like, I'm not even saying you got to be Steph Curry from 3, but if you at least get me a midi, bro. If you get consistent midi, at least keep the defense honest. That could take you guys to even another stratosphere. And then if you get at least capable from 3-point range.
He's playing out of position too. Like there's no way he should guard. He's at least you could put him at the 2 or 3, but as a point guard, nah, you need somebody to run the actual offense.
Yeah, and he's a great defender. Like he's one of the best. He was all defense last year. He's elite defensively and rebounding the ball athletically, block shots. He's one of the athletic guards in the league. But you got to get in today's modern era. You got to be able to shoot, especially as a guard. You got to be able to shoot, man. So yeah, that's what I had on the Western Conference. For the East, I had one question I want to ask you guys: is Detroit a legitimate title contender? And
Absolutely.
I know that. So I wanted to mention this. So this is the first time it looks like they're going to be the best record in the NBA. Right now, they still have the best record in the league. They're poised to secure the top spot in the East for the first time since 06-07. That's saying something right there. They're second in defensive rating and in points in the paint. They really enforced their will in that paint with Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, who's having an all-star year. Kudos to him. He's taking the jump this year on the J.B. Bickerstaff. And then Cade has taken his game to another level. This team is kind of reminding me of the physicality, the way they play. Kind of reminds me of those iterations of the bad boy Pistons of the 80s. And then also the 2000s Pistons with Chauncey Billups, the Wallaces with Ben and Rashid and Rip Hamilton. Because they have this toughness, this ruggedness to them. It's not the prettiest to watch, but they win and get it done. And you kind of been seeing that lately. This team's been getting into some scuffles lately. The Charlotte Hornets scuffle. I think recently Jalen Duren got another scuffle with another player. Yeah. like he didn't get into a big because he just came back from suspension. I forgot which game it was, but this team they began after under team's skin and kind of reminded me of those Bad Boys Pistons iteration from the original the 80s and then the 2.0 of the 2000s. And this team, I'm like, oh, this team. The only question I worry about this team when Cade is having an off night, which he had against the Spurs.
Yep, just about to
the
say
worst
that.
shooting I've probably ever seen of him. Who's that guy that can get you a bucket consistently on a night in, night out basis? Because you need another star perimeter player.
Because I seen how they played the Knicks that game. You got Karis LeVert off the bench. You got like Ron Holland. So you got bucket getters off the bench. It's just will they get in the game at the right time? For me,
in those clutch moments, that's true.
And that's the thing, like when you're because the East right now, I mean Celtics. We don't know if Tatum's coming back, and I don't know how he's gonna look. Everybody's been saying he might come back. Well, I don't know. I don't think he'll come back till next year.
Don't come back.
That's what I really think.
Nah, man.
Because you can't come back during playoff time from Achilles. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's too much.
Don't risk it. Just don't. My thing, don't risk it.
Yeah, if I'm Tatum, I'm wait till next season, honestly. So, and then the Pistons have had the Knicks numbers, but like I said, the playoffs are a different beasts. You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks did beat them in the postseason last year in 6 games. And
they want the Knicks though. They know they got beat. And the Pistons they want that smoke. That's one thing I do respect about them. They want that smoke with the Knicks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's why they've been having our number this year in the regular season because they like Cade. He got that like dog in him where he see the Knicks, he's going off.
Oh no, he be going off against the Knicks. He has something against them. And no, the only other team that I think could challenge them.
Bro got 43 on him.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, that's true too. Only other team I think that could probably challenge them is the Cavaliers. Because the top four,
talking about them, yeah.
Cavaliers,
yeah.
Mitchell, Harden, they're bigs to me. Offensively, that's why I get kind of hesitant on the Cavs because offensively, Allen. But then again, when you have Harden there to play make for them,
I was just about to say
he makes bigs better. He gave Clint Capella his best years. He gave Ivica Zubac into All-Star consideration. Like. It makes guys better, even though he's not a playoff performer.
Since Harden got there, bro. Harden got like 20 and 10. He looking like prime Tim Duncan right now, bro. He's going crazy.
Like Harden can distribute that basketball.
Yes,
he just knows how to run a pick and roll. He knows how to manipulate a defense. He knows what the second corner guy in the corner is going to do, how they're going to rotate over. He's just different. Even though I don't trust him in the playoffs. They're not going to ask him to be the guy because that's Donovan Mitchell. And Mitchell, he shows up in the playoffs. So that's what I'm kind of interested to see. Now that Harden doesn't have to be the guy, can this Cavs team, because they have that back line for the defense, their defense is still going to be good with those guys, Allen and Mobley. If Mobley's been a little injured and battered up this year, hopefully he can stay healthy. And they have some good, solid role players, man. Sam Merrill can knock down shots. They have some guys there, man. So the Cavs, I feel like their team kind of be underrated a little bit. We'll see how they play out. Because I'm worried about the defense in the backcourt.
Cavs are definitely underrated. I'll give you that. They're definitely underrated. But I think like the Celtics match up good with them in terms of like playoffs down the line. So if we get like a series where it's Celtics Cavs, I'm gonna go with the Celtics because I don't know. I think Vucevic and like Brown are just having a better year than Harden. And even though Mitchell's going off, but I don't got faith. I don't got faith
in Harden.
Exactly.
Faith in Harden, and also they're big men in the offensively. Like Mobley has not really been. He hasn't really progressed. He's been stagnant offensively throughout his career. He hasn't really taken that jump like we expected. Because if he would have by now, they would have made the conference finals or NBA finals by now. If he would have been propelled his offense to the next level. Everybody thought he was Kevin Garnett, maybe Tim Duncan when he was a rookie. Because defensively he's special. But he's not nothing. He's really nothing special offensively. He's a good player, all-star caliber big, but he's not a superstar who could be your number 2 on a title team. But we haven't seen that. So that's why I don't really trust them in a playoff setting and going forward because when you're going to play better teams like the Pistons and the Knicks, you're going to need some offensive firepower when Mitchell, he can't score every bucket for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially like you said in the playoffs where they like hone in on your weaknesses, it's gonna get hard.
Yeah.
And I
And
also say with the Cavs, another problem that they've dealt with. Part of why I feel like when they're being underrated, people might not believe it. And remember, it's kind of fallen off mentioned most of his career. Even go back to the Jazz, like hey, last year they won 64 games, they lose in the second round. I know injuries played a role, but like they've kind of had that narrative, especially with Donovan Mitchell led teams where they've been regular season teams. Great record regular season, look like a contender. Then the playoffs, they don't look the same. So it was like this year, can they finally break that mold? Especially a guy like Donovan Mitchell who plays great in the playoffs, but doesn't win. A guy like Harden who knowing to put up some duds in the playoffs. Can he put a team over the top? In clutch moments, or can he help? Unlock Mobley, who a guy that I'm really high on, but we haven't seen him reach his ceiling yet. I think a guy like Harden could help unlock that out of Mobley and Allen as well in the playoffs. So we'll see.
And what's interesting to me is like I've never seen an all-time great blunder in the postseason so much as Harden. Like he has too many games like that. That's the thing. Like people have tried to trust him in the past. He's had too many blunders, too many no-shows. At some point, you are who you are.
That's the problem in the playoffs, and in those clutch games, bro. I mean, think about the game against the Sixers. Bro took less shots than PJ Tucker. Scored less points than PJ Tucker in that playoff game against the Celtics. I think it was Game 7. In a Game 7, bro.
I remember he got blocked by Ginobili in that playoff game.
Yeah, man.
That was. He's had too many. That's why when people mention like him over D Wade, I'm like, bro, no,
absolutely crazy.
Like, wait, what? Were you just looking at offensive numbers only and not the full picture? Like, yeah, for real, man. Like, I don't even have Harden over Iverson. Come on, bro. Like, stop.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, only because of like how he performs when the lights get bright.
Postseason.
That's exactly.
Like James Harden, like literally shuts down.
Yeah.
He literally shuts down.
And he's had way more talent to play with him throughout his career than even Iverson had. Iverson had no way the talent. Especially in his prime. Right? What? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Especially in his prime. He didn't have nowhere near the offensive talent Harden has played with KD, Westbrook, Chris Paul,
Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook,
Kyrie Irving, Dwight Howard. All those guys are Hall of Famers. Come on, man. Come on, Harden. You got to show us, man. You got to prove to us, man. We're trying to root for you. The beard. We're trying to root for you, man. Trying to root for you, but you know what? One team in the East we haven't mentioned yet because due to injuries, the Sixers. The Sixers. Wild card right there. The East is not that strong to me, so I'm like, if they can get healthy, if Embiid is healthy, balling, and Paul George comes back,
you got Contenders. Contenders, man.
Contenders.
Get them up out of here.
To me, the
Sixers, I don't trust them.
Maxey's that dude.
Maxey's that dude.
Better on those two guys. Yeah.
I feel like
Edgecombe, he's a rookie. Yeah, he's good though. He could defend too.
Him too. I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I was just about to say him too. But personally, I feel like they need to let go of George and Embiid. Like just cut them loose and focus around Maxey and Edgecombe because it's clearly not working for them. With the process. The process is not working. So
it's processed out.
Yeah. How long the process been going on, man?
That's what I'm saying.
2013, bro. 2013.
Graduated high school then, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. Processed like a processed junk food meal. It didn't get any better. It's no good for you.
Like you need everything to go perfectly. And we've seen it not go perfectly every single time. Because it's like, in a perfect world, if Joel Embiid has a healthy playoff run, Paul George can get healthy. But it's been the same story for so long. It's like, you got to get to a point where you're just not going to get that. And you got to move on. And I think we reached that point.
I feel like they messed up when, back in 2019, when they had that good team and, and Kawhi hit that shot.
Yep.
I don't know why they didn't sign Butler that year. That's that
you know what he said, too? Tobias Harris over me?
Exactly. Like no shot at Tobias because they still had a good team after that, but still, it's like you should like Jimmy Butler though in his prime. Like, come on, you saw what he did for Miami once he signed the deal. So
a couple finals runs.
To be honest, Miami might be Jimmy's best years. He'll be remembered fondly for his Miami years.
Yeah,
he'll be remembered more for Miami probably than anywhere else for his career.
I remember when he signed with Miami. I was confused. I was like, why he signed with Miami? Next thing you know,
he fit their culture. He fit their culture, man. Until he wanted to get out of there.
Hey man,
Play
I'm
his way
kind of
out.
mad. I'm kind of mad that he wanted out the way he did, bro. I was like,
Yeah,
no
I thought he was
way.
gonna retire there,
Yeah,
man.
he went from the Warriors.
That was baffling. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
baffling. What's it called? Yeah, I feel like I remember Butler mostly for his Chicago years and his Heat years. I feel like I remember. Yeah, Minnesota he was cool. That was like 1 year, and then Sixers he was there
that
for like
Minnesota
1
team was
year.
nice though. I'm not gonna lie. That team
Yeah,
was
that's
nice.
Yeah, that was my senior year of high school. I was like, oh, this Timberwolves seems a little tough. But then he said, yo, Towns, Wiggins, they soft. I'm out of here. He went to Philly. He went to Philly for 1 year. They got the Kawhi shot, shut it down. He said, man, damn. I guess I'm going to Miami.
Yeah, he said the same thing about Philly too. He said the practices and be soft. He was like he didn't like it.
Ben
So I was just
Simmons.
like, yeah, Ben Simmons. Come on.
He wasn't going for that.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy Butler ain't the, he's kind of a, polarizing teammate to have. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say.
He old
Very,
school,
very odd dude. He's a very odd.
You're very peculiar, man. That's all I gotta say. Very, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jimmy Butler. I hope he gets better in his ACL. It sucks that he tore his ACL.
Hey, I hope he gets on at least one more team and makes a deep run.
Yeah,
because his leadership and his like hunger, you need that on a team.
Not for sure.
Not saying he's gonna turn back to Miami Jimmy Butler, but you could always use him as like a fourth option, even at 39.
No, definitely.
And I was gonna say, speaking of Butler, honestly, because that was gonna be in my list of most disappointing teams, just because of the fact like losing a Butler, Steph Curry being out, man. Like because there was a lot of talk, like, what if they would have had a healthy Curry against Minnesota? They could have made a conference finals run and stuff like that. And then it's like you get to this year, and now we're kind of in that period with the Warriors where it's like, what are we doing? You made, I guess, you try to make a little noise at the trade deadline. You get Kristaps Porzingis, who pretty much is always on PTO, never playing. So it's like, what are we really doing? And it's like with the Warriors, they're at that point now where like, it seems like it's over with as far as like them contending for anything at this point. So like, they're on my list.
I think Curry just need to kick back his feet, enjoy California, and just retire whenever he feel like it. Because he's still playing great. Don't get me wrong, but
for sure,
just play great and know you're not going nowhere. I mean, you got 4 rings, so it's like
like you could be disappointed. Like you got a lot out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's not leaving. That's the main thing. I couldn't see him wanting to leave. So it's like you might as well just stay put, do what you do.
No, definitely. The last thing I had, I wanted to mention is the NBA tanking, guys. I know Adam Silver has been very, talkative about this. It's been a main prominent point amongst the NBA for the last, I don't know how many years. They thought they figured it out when they changed the odds from 25% for the worst team to 14% before the Zion draft. And now teams have been finding other ways to tank around that. And now it's gotten to the point now where teams, and it's loaded 2026 draft coming up. You've seen teams like the Utah Jazz rest Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson. They got fined a big amount of money. I think it was $500,000, if I'm not mistaken. Pacers got fined $100,000. Pascal Siakam. Yeah, this was like in the last month before the All-Star break. And I'm just like, and he even mentioned potentially even removing the draft. I'm like, all right, let's calm down, buddy, because that's just gonna make it worse. If have rookies choose where they want to go, it's gonna make it 10 times worse because they're just gonna choose the big markets. That's it. So let's not do that.
He's not the brightest. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't come up with the brightest ideas. I don't.
I mean, he's had the NBA Cup to play in. It's helped, but I feel like he was just tired because he's been trying to figure out this issue for a long time. So he kind of got upset. He's been upset.
I feel like the issue though, it's not. The issue is not like a business thing. It's with the players nowadays. You feel me? Like, think about it. Like, even Charles Barkley played in the 80s with the 76ers. He wanted out because they were losing, but he still was playing every day until he got traded to Phoenix. So my thing is, these players shouldn't want to just sit down every game, because why are you taking the NBA for granted is my question to them, So with the tanking, we need to look at the players a little bit and the front office, of course. But yeah, I feel like the players need to have more pride in being an NBA player. You know what I'm saying?
I think one thing I look at honestly is I look at front offices where it's in a tough spot. Like for example, I think about the Wizards, right? They're obviously tanking. You know what I'm saying? Like, are Trae Young and AD really hurt when they can't play the rest of the season? Like, let's be honest, right? But to my point, but think about this though. If you're in the front office, you can't really blame them because here's why: the pick protections. If you're the Wizards, we're like, wait a minute, we're not gonna be a good team anyway. We're not gonna make the playoffs. You know, yeah, with Trae Young and AD, we could win some games. We might be decent next year. You got to watch out for them next year, by the way. But to my point, if you're the Wizards, we need to be as bad as we can be so we can secure this top 8 pick. Because why the hell will we try to win some games and risk losing a pick to a good Knicks team? We need all the help we can get, especially with this being one of the most talented drafts in generations. People are saying. So I'm like, if you're the Knicks, like if you're the Wizards, winning is understandable. And if you want to kind of attack tanking, that to me is a way to do it. Kind of get rid of those pick protections. That because like the Wizards, you're in a tough spot because like I say, you got to lose because you need to keep your pick.
That is true. There's a lot of rules that go into like when it comes to trading picks.
Jazz too.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say one thing you didn't mention is Ja Morant really that hurt in the play the rest of the season? Dude's been out.
Him too.
We mentioned the Wizards. I'm like, don't forget the Grizzlies. I'm like, yo, is Ja really that hurt? Like, come on, he's been out for a minute.
I think he just sitting out because he thought he was gonna get traded, and then they didn't trade him. So now he's just like, that's it. Y'all gonna pay me just to sit at my house now. So
you got rid of Jared Jackson.
In the league. I'm like, damn, Ja. Like,
I look at
bro. What his injury was at this point?
His elbow. Yeah, someone with his elbow.
This man, like, he played basketball. He don't play. He's not a pitcher.
Elbow.
I mean, you gotta shoot though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go to the rim. You know, you get Come on, man. I'm like, how long he's been out? I'm like, bro, this guy should be 100%. Like, come on, man. But then again, they're not going nowhere this year.
A lot of times too, these athletes, I feel like they milk a little bit of the injuries now, just so they could get the extra time out. You feel me? Like you said, Trae Young and AD. Obviously AD, he's fragile, so he's gonna just sit there and get water treatment.
I'll never forget what Skip Bayless said. AD, we're always damaged.
Hey, I mean, what is on
Bro, he said always damage on national TV. I was crying.
Yo,
ever since, cause I was like, this guy is always injured. I'm like, damn, Skip might have a point.
The way he be getting hurt though.
Yeah, and then with AD, it's the injuries like, oh, it's a hamstring. It's like it's groin. It's this, is that. It's like, bro, just stretch. Like, why are you getting these type of injuries? Because I feel like that's what it is. Like, he doesn't stretch, so that's why he's pulling his hamstring all the time.
Conditioning is something gotta be, bro.
Oh, man. And then Shannon was like, man. And then Shannon on Club Shay was like one time, AD, man, always disappointing.
Oh, man. And he's so talented, bro. It's crazy.
I was rolling, bro. I was like, yo, these two, I miss when those two were together, man. That was some comedy.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, man. But yeah, AD, get healthy, man. We want to see you on the court, man. He's one of the best players when he's healthy, bro. Like, this guy's a monster when he's healthy. One of the greatest power forwards I've ever seen. I remember I've been watching AD since he was a senior in high school. He had that growth spurt in Kentucky. He swept every award at college, one of the greatest freshmen I've ever seen. In the NBA, his offense was even better than NBA than we expected it to be. Nobody expected him to become a 25 to 28, 30-point scorer who could give you that much when he came in. Everybody knew he was a defensive specialist. He'll probably be Marcus Camby type. Some people consider him maybe Kevin Garnett. Some said Tim Duncan. He came closer to the KG type than Marcus Camby because people were carrying Marcus Camby. Marcus Camby was a great defender, but never an all-star because his offense wasn't there. AD, his offensive game went up around his second, third year.
That team he had in New Orleans with Rondo, Holiday, Cousins, and him.
They could have done something.
I loved watching
him blow his Achilles out. I think they could have made a run.
I loved watching that team, bro. I loved watching that team.
That team could have made a run. Even Cousins said if he didn't blow his Achilles out, because they were on a winning streak during that time. They were balling.
I think they were. Cousins said they was like second in the West. Cousins said they were second in the West, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And AD was like 23 at that time, turning 24. Peak of his powers. Bro, they could have been special, man. But yeah, AD, at least he ended up winning a chip with your Lakers, Phil. So helped you win a
That's
chip.
what I'm saying. That's what makes it so disappointing now, because you think, oh man, if you were healthy on those Lakers teams, you were healthy now. I mean, hell, that's why Nico Harrison has got fired. And why the Mavericks are one of my most disappointing teams, because it's like, bro, you got Flag. You know, you would think, okay, yeah, we're missing Kyrie Irving, man, but we can have a Flag and AD, you know, healthy. We might be able to, you know, do something, but nah, you know, AD's injury struggles. Kyrie already been injured, like, then that's why the Mavericks. Luckily, they got Cooper Flag. I'm mad they got his ass, because, like, to me,
I don't think they should have got him realistically.
Hell no, I was so mad when they got that.
You should be in Utah or Washington right now. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why a lot of people say the NBA is rigged and conspiracy theories are real sometimes, because it's like,
bro, I'm a conspiracy theorist.
They had like the lowest odds to win the thing, and they won it. It's crazy, 0.9% chance. I remember. I did an article on it back when it happened. I'm like, they had like the lowest, I think 0.8, 0.9. It was, I'm like, how they win? I'm like, rigged.
But
I believe it, bro. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe it.
But to that point, though, I mean, when we mention tanking, to me, they might just do the NBA draft like do the NFL. The worst team gets it. Because at the end of the day, think about a lot of the good teams we have right now, bro. We got Detroit. How'd they get good? Through the draft. The Thunder. How'd they get good? Through the draft. Spurs. How'd they get good? Through the draft. So it's like, you need good players to be good. Especially in this era.
Same thing.
You don't have super teams. You're building to the draft nowadays. Pretty much the great teams are. So, like, the best teams, the worst teams should have the best pick. To me, that's how it should go.
Nah, I agree. That's actually smart. That's the smartest thing I actually heard.
Honestly, with this whole tanking conversation.
Yeah, and what makes it worse is you have a historic draft coming in with these guys, and Aiden Abansa from BYU, Aaron Peterson from Kansas. You got Cam Boozer from Duke. You got Darius Acuff from Arkansas. You got Keelan Wagler from Illinois. You got so many guys. We're going to get into the draft another episode in the future, because this is my favorite draft probably of this century, maybe, of my time being able to remember. I was too young to know 03. I was too young.
Okay, I'm about to say 03?
In terms of my, in terms of my, like, being able to, you know.
I'm born in 95, so I know that.
Like, in terms of my, you know, recollection of actually remembering the prospect cycle and the draft cycle. So I've been watching this since 2010. This is the best draft I've seen in terms of talent.
You know, LeBron was in that draft.
This ain't better. The depth fights could be better than 03. We'll see. We'll see how the guys pan out. But, like, in terms of, like, since I've been watching the draft since 2010, this is my favorite class in terms of the talent, man. This class is special. It's probably one of the classes up there with me, like 2018. Great Young, Luka Doncic. I like 2017 too, when it had, at that time I thought it was gonna be a great class. Tatum, Ball, Fultz. You had Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox. Because I thought that 2016 high school class was loaded and it was gonna make 2017 what we're seeing now with this year's class. Yeah, that was the last class I felt about this way.
Don't get me started on that draft class, because I'm still pissed at Magic as for drafting Lonzo Ball with De'Aaron Fox.
Yo, Philly could have had Tatum. Lakers could have had Tatum. The Nets could have had Tatum because they traded the Celtics those picks.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The Nets could have had Jaylen Brown right now and Tatum. They got to be kicking rocks right now.
Hey, but also, you got to look at it, though. The Nets, they at least got a second round exit out of that trade, bro. So they got a good playoff, a decent playoff run with old KG and Paul Pierce, bro. You can't be mad.
Nah, that's true though. But like Phil said, I think the way to resolve tanking, I think you need to maybe, get rid of the protections, because then it'd be like, teams will be very hesitant to want to give up their draft picks. They won't be just willy-nilly giving it up.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can't allow teams to trade draft picks protected back-to-back years. I mean, I don't know if that's already a rule, because you can't trade first-round picks back-to-back years. But maybe a certain, like, protected, like, top 10, you can't. No, if a team's going to do that, no, you can't do that. Sorry. Like, you got to maybe do those type of rules. Because there's no way to, like, permanently fix it, because teams are always going to find loopholes. But if you get rid of the protections, teams are going to think twice about it. Especially if it's in a draft like this. You're going to have future years where great classes. Next year's draft, 2027, is not really a strong draft. So teams are going to be openly willing to probably give up those picks. But, like, maybe, like, in future years, and we're in another strong class like this one, they're not going to be so openly willing to give up those valuable picks. So that's just a conversation. I think that's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. And also with the expansion, if there's going to be expansion, because we'll find out by this year if there's going to be expansion.
Las Vegas, possibly,
Yeah. Hey, if they bring a team to Las Vegas, there's gonna be too many distractions. I don't know if guys, especially young guys, can handle that.
I like it. I like that for the
Yeah.
simple fact, like Vegas, in terms of like the city, they're turning it into more of a tourist like place,
Yeah.
I was
and
there
they
earlier
already
this
got
year. Great place.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like so, they already turning it into like a tourist spot, and plus the Raiders owner already owns the Aces,
For the
so
Aces, yeah, right.
I feel like they could build something nice in Vegas.
And in Seattle, I want to see Seattle because they got a great market too. Got a great market. Fans already. They got an NBA ready arena already, so it only makes sense. Those are the two
Oh,
teams
work.
I can see. Yeah. Yeah, Seattle's been ready, bro. They got fleeced when David Stern took them away
Yeah,
from.
they left, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bring back our signings.
KD would have been the
Save our
greatest
time.
Seattle athlete ever if they didn't leave. You know
Oh,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah. So he would have been
yeah,
up there with the
that's
Ken
true.
Griffey's and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he would have been up there. But yeah,
Griffey.
fellas, yeah, you have anything else you guys want to mention before we? Oh, you have. That's it.
Pretty much. I mean, we didn't talk about a couple teams. For as my most disappointing teams, I don't know how y'all feel about it, bro. I was pretty high on the Magic this year. Like, again, when I talked about the Celtics, I thought they would have a bit of a dip, with no Jason Tatum. Obviously, that hasn't happened. But the Magic were a team I thought would be a riser in the East with having Desmond Bain, Hannah Benchero, thought would take another step. He's obviously still a very talented player, but he hasn't quite taken that leap that I thought he would. I thought he'd be an All NBA top 10 player by now. Not say he can't reach that, but like to be 31-28 with the acquisition they had, the trading all them draft picks to get Desmond Bain, where you think you're all in on this unit. You got, like I said, Paolo, Desmond Bain, Franz, and I think Franz is still injured. It's concerning to me that the Magic are where they are. That's one of my most disappointing teams. What's that y'all feel about that?
That's facts.
I've watched them here and there this year, not too much, but the games I've watched, this team, the shooting, man, it's always been their Achilles heel. They cannot spread the floor, man. And in today's modern era, if you can't shoot, you're easy to game plan against defensively. Like
100%.
that is, especially when your best player, Paolo, that's one of the dude can't shoot. I don't know.
He gets exposed.
That's the thing. I thought he was getting better as the years go on, but this year some just didn't click. It was like, whoa.
Especially from three, he cannot. That's always been one of his biggest weaknesses. He still needs to correct and refine his. If I'm Paolo, man, and I want to see you too. When you have the gifts he has, 6'10", 250, I want to see you bully. I mean, today he was more aggressive. When I was watching before we got on today, he was getting to the foul line against the Pistons. He had like 7, 8 free throw attempts already in the first quarter. That's what I want to see from you more often. You have the body type and the height to be able to see over defense and to take physicality and go to the rim. I want to see you do that, bulldoze your way. You have the frame to be able to withstand that contact and be one of the best players and get to the foul line every single game. I want to see you averaging at least 7, 8 free throws a game. You're that talented. And then shooting-wise, he got to figure out the shooting.
Yeah.
He shoots like, I forgot his percentages, but I know it's not great. It's like between high 20s, low 30s. You correct me if I'm wrong, but
I thought Paolo, he has the skills to be like a young KG almost in terms of like that mid-range shot. If he just gets that right, he can spread the floor.
I would say his game reminds me, because I remember people saying it back in the day. His game reminds me of like a bigger version of Carmelo Anthony. The bully ball,
without the shooting skill.
He's just not as smooth offensively as Melo. That's the thing.
I see his 3-point shot rating. It's 31.1 from 3, bro. That's not going to
31%.
31.1. Like this year.
That's not going to get. If you can get Paulo at least if you could give me at least 35% from 3, I'm happy. Yeah. And then give me more efficiency in the mid range, because I'm sure his mid range, his efficiency has been down. It has not been the same.
45% field goal percentage this year.
Yeah. I need to
part of it is shots, let you know. To me, sometimes, because like I said, he needs to be more aggressive and attack the rim. Sometimes he'll settle for those mid-range shots, those fadeaways,
or long twos, which is not a good shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just that's not his game right now. It hasn't been working.
Yeah, like I just feel like he needs to get the 3 ball going, and I want to see him continue to get a better post game. Like, you have the game to be able to be a monster in the post.
Physicality.
This offseason, I need to see him go work with Hakeem, like when we did, and I need to go work with Dirk Nowitzki and correct your shot. You should be calling Bravo. If I'm you, I'm calling Dirk. Hey, I want to become a great shooter. Dirk is one of to me, he's the greatest shooting big man of all time. You need to be getting on the phone with Dirk. Hey, Dirk, can I work out with you? Live in the gym, learn from Dirk, man.
100%.
Your shooting will go up. I'm telling you. Like, this guy, Dirk, is that dude. you need to go work with him, man. He'll get your shot right. He had his shooting coach that got his shot right. Dirk is the guy you want to learn from in terms of shooting for a big man. Come on, Paulo.
I'm mad at that.
Because you have the talent to be an All-NBA perennial All-NBA guy. I want to see him be one of the best. I watched Paulo since he was in high school, and he modernized his game once he got to his later years in high school. And then Duke, he was balling. And then his rookie year, he had a great rookie year. His second year, he killed it in the playoffs against Cleveland. He forced him 7 games, and he made the All-Star game that year. He probably should have been All-NBA third team or something that year, 2024, but he didn't make it. But man, and then last year he was balling, then he had that oblique injury that slowed him down. That kind of messed him up. I feel like ever since then he hasn't been fully the same. I mean, he did ball out in the playoffs, but I feel like ever since that oblique injury, he hasn't been like fully the same. I hope he gets back, but if he could just iron out his shot and then get the post game a little bit more moves, man, it's gonna open up, like become more efficient. Man, he's gonna get up there, man. He just needs to get his confidence back because I feel like sometimes he's a little bit too unselfish for me. Like, no, you're the franchise guy. You're expected to be the number 1 pick in 2022. They're paying you to be the guy. You need to be carrying this team.
Facts.
100%.
I don't want to see you just scoring 15 points, my guy. I need to see 25. Like Shaq will say, 25, 12. You need to be barbecue chicken these dudes out here. You have the 100%. Frame. You have a chiseled frame, bro. Use it. Use it.
You can't shoot. You might also go to the rim.
Yeah. Like, his mid-range
Orlando, I thought they was gonna have like a better team when I look at like the roster on paper.
Right.
Me too.
They traded for Desmond Bain. They had the Franz Wagner. So, and Jalen Suggs, he's a good athletic guard. He was cooking in the cup tournament this year. Then he got hurt right after that. So
it's like always one of their key guys are out. They're never all fully healthy, which just hurts.
Yeah,
Wagner's always out. If he's not out, Paulo's out. It's always one of those two. If they're not one of them out, Suggs is out. It's like you can never have them all fully healthy for a long period of time. So
I say just keep going to the drawing board and like keep trying to add like addition by subtraction and stuff like that, because they've been doing a good job with the trades and the drafting and stuff. So we'll see. We'll just have to see.
It's still a young team. Still a young team.
Yeah,
because some people are starting to get like impatient. I've been seeing on Reddit pages. Some people and then some people in the media are like, should they fire their head coach, fresh new start, fresh new voice? Maybe that's what Paulo needs to get to the next level, to the next. Maybe I don't know, but
maybe some
get together, man. Magic.
Players gotta be better.
Yeah, this is a team. I know they're tired of being in the middle of the pack. I know they're tired of being 7th, 8th seed and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I had them at the beginning of the season. I had them at top 3. Well, at first,
yeah, I had top 4, but either way, yeah, I had them in the top 4.
With all the injuries in the East, with Pacers, I knew they were going to be down with Halliburton out, and the Celtics with Tatum. The Celtics been one of the biggest surprises to me. I didn't think they would be.
Yeah, I did not have them at 2.
Bro, I had them at maybe 6, 5 or 6 or 7.
Didn't have them when he a Celtics fan, bro.
Yeah, like even one of my coworkers and my friends, he's a big Celtics fan, but he didn't have the Celtics this high either. He's shocked. Yeah,
I had them playing at the 8th seed.
Bro, I had around that 6th to 8th seed, man. So the Magic should be where the Celtics are at, and the Celtics should really be where the Magic are at right now.
Yeah, you would think.
To be honest. But we need Paulo to step his game up to play that at MVP level, and we need the guys to be able to hit shots consistently from the outside. Yeah, man. Desmond Bain's been good. He's been better for them lately. He was struggling at one point, but yeah, Magic. And then we have the Hornets, who've been like a buzzsaw lately. They've been stinging. Conca nipple, man.
They're fun to watch, bro.
Hey,
yeah. You know
maybe they got something.
They've been a frisky team.
To me, they make the playoff this year. I don't trust Orlando with this play. Look at the playing seedings right now. Miami just a perennial 8 seed team.
I don't want to see Miami, and I don't think the Hawks are going to make it. I think the Magic and the Hornets will be the last two at 7 and 8.
No, I got Miami over Orlando. Not gone.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, over Orlando, yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I prefer to see Orlando. I want to see Paulo. I don't want to see Miami. Like, nobody on Miami excites me to watch.
I just don't trust Orlando.
And honestly, Miami, aren't you tired of being a playing team too? Miami, you've been playing how many years?
Yeah, they're my most disappointed teams too, because like y'all just always in the same spot every year, bro. Like at some
7 seed, 9 seed.
We're at that point.
Listen, I mean, Eric Spoelstra, he shows how he's one of the best coaches because he always takes a team at least 6-7 games, and he always gets out of the play-in. So
they always compete for him. That's one
yeah,
thing.
so
Straight up.
they're one team that's never tanking.
They really don't. They had injuries. Tyler Hero was hurt part of this year.
Yeah. And Bam is a good, like a star player, but he's not like
Tyler Hero.
Yeah, I agree.
Trade him for Giannis.
We know the Bucks aren't going to make the playoffs either. I don't think
they cook.
Even if Giannis try to come back, I'm sorry, but
they set him down too. They're tanking at this point, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man was in Chicago, bro, at WWE pay-per-view, bro. I just saw a clip. I was like, what are you doing right now? Giannis
in Chicago?
Yeah. I was like, bro, your team is like playing. I was like, what?
You might as well go in there because the season's over.
I didn't even know that, bro. That's crazy. What Chicago?
Nah, if he was a WWE guy, he'd be crazy. 7 foot, chiseled, athletic freak. He'd be a crazy WWE.
Nah, he thinking his ass back on the court.
Yeah.
You over here doing side quests and walking over here struggling?
Him and his brother was on a side quest, bro.
I did not know that, bro.
I was not.
I mean, Shaq used to be WWE, but that was after he retired, right? Or was it during his playing?
I seen clips after he retired.
Yeah,
after he retired. I wasn't during his playing days, even though he could have done it during then, but that's crazy, man. Giannis enjoying his free time. He's like, we ain't competing nowhere. It makes no sense for him to come back, really, if it's because it's gonna be at this point.
That's that point, yeah. They should have traded him. I thought they should have just traded his ass. I mean, like Milwaukee, y'all might as well go bottom out and try to get a draft pick.
Yeah, no, that's true. But yeah, fellas, this has been another great episode here on the DJ Sports Show. Let the people know where they can find your work, guys.
Yes, sir. Philip Wilson, check me out on Instagram, PhilWill24. Check me out YouTube, Wilson Way Sports Network, as well as my podcast and my website, Wilson Way Sports Network. Check me out on all those platforms, as well as on LinkedIn. Wilson.
Yes, sir. For me, it's Matt King Media, Instagram, and then my own podcast, Locker Room Logic, where sports meets the culture. Talk about all things basketball, a little bit of football, a little bit of everything. But yeah, Matt King Media, that's me. Instagram and Locker Room Logic on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram as well.